China's First Lady is making fashion waves in a way that's never been seen before, but Beijing isn't too happy about this. With me today to discuss this is Li Yuan, the editor of CWSJ.com in Beijing. Li, thanks so much for joining today. Tell me, why is the issue of Peng Liyuan's clothes generating such controversy in China right now?
I wouldn't say it's too much of controversy. It's actually most of it is praises. People love it. I would say it's on social media, seen as Weibo. It's most of the comments are pretty nice, and many people are just glad. Chinese people finally have a very graceful looking First Lady, and she was famous on her own. She didn't become famous because she's China's new president's wife. She was more famous than he was maybe 5-6 years ago.
Absolutely.
And of course,
yeah.
Of course there are some, of course we noticed that it's some searches of her name has been blocked, and if you search on Taobao.com, the China's e-commerce website, and the results you have would only be about her CDs, her music CDs, and some other things about her performance. But on Friday, when the photo of her showing up on her first trip to Russia, and the photo of her wearing that navy blue coat, it instantly there was some shops on Taobao claiming that they have the same products, but we cannot find that by searching on Taobao anymore.
But the question is, this is a huge marketing opportunity and PR opportunity for China. Why are these searches being blocked? I mean, why is it such a bad thing that people know what brand she's wearing and that they're popular?
Yeah, actually I had a conversation with a fashion industry expert today during lunch, and I said, so why? And his opinion, I think it's he said it's because they are not used to it, and they don't want to be perceived that the first lady has been taking advantage by commercial interests. And on the other hand, also I tweeted on Weibo, and some of people commented that maybe they are just not comfortable that the general public just comment on the ruling class. That's one possibility, but they almost never say why they would block certain searches.
And I mean, what's interesting here, and with First Ladies all around the world, is that there's so much scrutiny on what they're wearing and not what comes out of their mouth or what they're saying. I mean, have there been equal amounts of coverage about what she's actually been saying on this tour?
Not really. Of course, there are a lot of coverage. Most of coverage is about her, her dresses, how elegant she looks. And of course, there are some people commenting, we should focus more on what she's going to do as the First Lady. That's some people said that, but most of the focus are on her style. But it's not a very bad thing, considering that finally Chinese can talk about the First Lady.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's how Mrs. Obama kind of shot into the spotlight in the U.S., right? But the other interesting thing about this is that it seems like she's chosen to wear primarily Chinese designers. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's it seems yesterday the Guangdong province some department in charge of quality came out and said, they confirmed her clothes were tailor-made by this Chinese brand called Exception, but the Wall Street Journal had tried to contact this company, but they haven't we were unable to get a confirmation from them. And but it's I think that part they should it would do the Chinese leadership a huge favor if they actually came out that she's wearing Chinese brand. That would actually boost their image even more.
Absolutely. Well, maybe they'll wisen up to the PR aspect of this in a few more months. Thank you so much for joining. Li Yuan, editor of CWSJ.com, joining us from Beijing. For more on this subject, please go to WSJ.com. For Asia Today, I'm Mariko Sanchanta.